Definitely being at the house and doing for the past 7 months, I have been behind the desk, making phone calls, calling, inviting, sharing, and following up with people, and that's fine. But I tell you, I'm trying to reprogram myself. For the past companies that I've been involved in, I've already, like I said, I've been doing webinars, training, conference calls, voice broadcasting, text blasting, and I've been listening to a lot of, stories calls, and and I wish there was some way I can just go back and turn the clock, but we can't. And she's always been saying, retail to recruit, retail to recruit, retail to recruit. And so for this past week, folks, I've been walking and going out, meeting and greeting and sharing, and to retail to recruit. And it's from my own. We all learn from our challenges. We all learn from our mistakes. We all learn to make adjustments and to continue to move forward and continue to make things happen. But at some point in time, everyone, and I had to learn this, we have to get out of our comfort zone. And when you get out of your comfort zone, you have success. You'll grow. You'll make progress. You'll get to that next level because you're reaching. And so I would just want to say, folks, that the stories that we've been hearing about the consignments and the retail to recruits and people going out and handing people products and buying it and driving customers to the website and viewing the information, it works. And until you go out there to find out, you never know. But I will tell you, it's absolutely awesome. I've got the news, the signs that I created, and then I've also have a new handout that I call the TLC handout brochure. That is, if you haven't seen them, folks, check your emails, check your texts. If you haven't seen them, definitely take a look at them because they're absolutely awesome. Again, every talk with TLC with myself as well as with Randy Crosby from Atlanta. And you folks, honestly, he really don't need any introduction. Absolutely on fire. He's tearing it up. His volume is exploding. Every single week it continues to rise. It continues to grow. And what happens when your volume rises and your volume grow? Your income continues to rise as well. And I know he's just on fire. He's a global, folks. He's tearing this opportunity up, traveling, meeting and greeting the leaders of the company, now coming back and bringing the information to us to help us build our own business because it helps build his business. And all of us work together as one team, one dream to help the families to continue to move forward. So, folks, I'm going to go ahead and get out of the way and invite the man of the hour up to the front of the mic, Mr. Randy Crosby. This call is now yours.
Thanks a lot, Alexander, and appreciate everybody being on this call today. Alexander's doing an incredible job, and guys, like you said, sometimes the most difficult thing for us to do is to make a change. And as we did on our call last night, the team huddle, when things aren't going the way that you want them to go, or you want things to go better, every team, they have to have a huddle, and that's why those of you that were on the team huddle call last night, it's really about a shift in thinking. And when you're prepared to have a change, you have to have, first of all, a shift in. And guys, when you have a shift in your thinking, it's amazing what happens because that's when change occurs. Change will not happen. Nothing changes until you decide to change first, not only the way we think, but the way that we do things. And then change always happens after that. So it is so encouraging, guys, to have each and every one of you guys on the line today. Today, guys, are going to do some very, very things, very powerful things very quickly. And again, I want to say something about opportunity. Opportunity always presents itself. I don't know if you guys had an opportunity to look at the news, but here in Atlanta, I'm going to bring this up on the screen. This is from one of our TV stations here at Atlanta Live, and they just brought an article out here that says that the CDC, that's the Center, for Disease and Control, it says that they pinpointed the source of stomach sickness that was going on in Atlanta, and guess what it was? A parasite. And the parasite, they were believing that it was coming in from Mexico, literally from a food out of Mexico. And this is a parasite that causes diarrhea, vomiting, and nausea. Now, guys, I don't know if you understand the power of this, but it says that the official says that the cilantro was contaminated by human waste. If you guys don't understand the importance of making sure that we're constantly cleaning the toxins out of our body every single day, constantly cleaning the parasites out of your body every single day. This right here, this article speaks just, and I looked at it, I just said, wow. Because, ladies and gentlemen, you wouldn't think that a food could have contaminated parasites. At least that's what most people, they don't understand that. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, when we look at what we have here, it's not only products that people need, it's not only the products people want, but it's products that people feel. And today, guys, people are starting to have phenomenal results. I'm going to bring up a few people that are on the line with us. And first of all, I'm going to double check here because we've got a couple people here. I'm going to check and see if Shannon is on the line with us. Shannon, *6, I believe, should unmute you if you're on the line with us, *6. And I know you wanted to tell a testimony. I want to see very quickly. I know she was at work, and she was going to see if she can get on the call. *6 will unmute you if you're on the line with us. Okay, if not, we're going to go ahead and move over to Dorette out of New York. And in fact, Dorette, before we bring you up, I'm going to bring up Carl White out of New York. And I don't know why it is, guys. It seems like people in the New York area, they're starting to really get the retail to recruit. They're really starting to get the consignment. They're really starting to understand. And, guys, they're making a ton of money with it. I want to bring up a gentleman here who was sick, guys, for the past almost month. I think a little bit over a month. Carl was ill. But yet he managed to get on one of our calls talking about the consignment, talking about the signs, and he literally took some of his signs and put it in a couple different places. But I'm going to let Carl tell you his story. Carl, are you on the line with us? *6 will unmute you, my friend. I can hear you now, Carl. Go ahead.
Yes, hey, Randy. I want to say hello to the TLC family. Yes, I was sick for a while, and I was taking my tea and my NutriBurst, and I believe if I hadn't been taking that, my immune system would have been even worse. But it turned out that it was kidney stones. So, but I went through that, and I was able to get on the call with Randy, who's going in and out the hospital. And I said, yes, I'm going to order these stands, and I'm going to follow Randy's advice. I went to my old post office where I used to work at. I gave out a few free samples to the manager, and then I left some samples there with him. And then I went to my barber shop, and then I went to a beauty salon. So I left in like 3 places. And I was surprised that, within like 3 days, I got calls from like 3 people, and I got three orders in already. And I told them, I said, just take the product, and the product is going to speak for itself. So I told them how to prepare it, and they brought it. Now I'm just waiting for a few days to go by for the product to just sell itself. Thanks a lot, Randy.
Well, Carl, that's amazing. And again, guys, he went out, he took action. Now he has customers calling him, customers that are purchasing the product. Guys, that's the whole thing of it. It is designed to give you exposure to more people. And as you guys get exposure to more people, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to drive more customers. We've got people this week, guys, on the team that are exploding with growth. We've got people that are selling product, even overseas. In fact, we have a gentleman that's on our team. They're a dual team. It's Tony and Elena. And right now, they just text me, and they said that they have enough volume this week right now that they're getting ready to get promoted to national directors in the company. And I had an opportunity of talking with them a few moments ago before the start of the call. And I asked them, I said, I need to know, what is the secret to your success? You guys are just exploding in volume. And he says, our secret is simple. He said, we work together as a team. They do Skype calls together. They have people that are stepping up to the plate, and not one person is trying to handle or manage the growth of the team. They have several different key people in different places. And so from getting that, guys, once we get back from Cancun, there's a lot of different things that we're going to be changing. We're going to be literally having different people to step up to the plate to manage different things for the team as we grow stronger as a team. We're going to be, we've been working on our implementation for the Google Hangout. That is going to happen. Well, we're going to be switching from the GoToWebinar platform into the Google Hangout. The reason why we prefer that is because it's all about a part of attraction marketing. You see, when you do the Google Hangouts, immediately after doing the Hangout, the call goes up. It's recorded on of course, in the back office of YouTube. But by pinpointing certain keywords, those keywords, ladies and gentlemen, when people do searches online for total life changes and different things of that nature, those Hangouts come up. And when they come up and people start to see what's going on, what it does is it attracts more people to the team. And so what we're going to be doing, ladies and gentlemen, is that those individuals that we're going to be constantly interviewing on the Google Hangout, don't be surprised if, because of the way that it's structured for the attraction marketing, if that people are now starting to contact you on Facebook. People are going to start contacting you, on not only your Facebook, but the other social media channels, even hitting your website and signing up with you. Literally because of, ladies and gentlemen, they're seeing that it's not just one person that's out here building a business. It's several different people, and they may like the story that Durrett tells. They may like the fact that they're in New York and Durrett is in New York close to them. So guess what? When they see Durrett on the video, or when they see Alexander on a video because he's out in California, or if they see JB Moore and Lorraine that's on the video and calling in on the Google Hangouts and telling their story throughout the day, guys, because they're in a Texas area, they may choose to work with them. This is going to be a part of where we're moving to. Because these guys that are on our team, guys, they have phenomenal volume. In fact, right now, they already have a person that caused them to go national this week, who became a regional last week, and that person right now is working on his regional so that they can become national, and then that's going to move Tony and Elena to global. So you have to understand that, guys, the power here is in the fact that the company, the products work, the company pays on time. Like Alexander said, hey, we got up early this morning. I was shocked when I saw the email. It's like, what is this? And we had got paid early. And there's so much happening right now with people who are taking that shift and they're going out and they're retailing. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, if you're not making enough money, if you're finding it difficult to recruit, because there's no such thing as you can't recruit. You may be a little bit shy about it. You may be a little bit uncomfortable with it, but you have to step out of your comfortability zone. You have to do what is unnaturally comfortable for you in order to have, ladies and gentlemen, the kind of income that you're not having. And that's why, there's some people right now that say, wait a minute, I'm a little bit nervous about recruiting, but I can go out and I can share the products. And ladies and gentlemen, that is building up in them. That is building up in them money. As my wife says, is now money. Where you can leave out of your house with product. And you're not peddling product. Please get that out of your mind. You're literally sharing with people product that they want. These are products that people feel. These are products, when I was in New York, and we just had the IASO oil or the emu oil, and after they saw what it was doing for people, I guarantee you there were 30 people that were guests there in the audience. And some of them were already in the business that were raising their hands saying, please let me try the IASO oil. See, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't have to convince them to take it and try it. They wanted it because of the effects of what it was doing. So that's the reason why I'm saying you have people like Dorette on this line that stepped outside of her comfort zone. And when she started doing the consignment, it started to build up in her a confidence that now it allowed her to do more retailing. And now she's doing more retailing. She's walking home every day with now money in her pocket. Guys, do you know what that does? Because remember I said what we're doing here is psychological. It is totally psychological. So many times you and I will get in our own way psychologically. We'll look at it and say, oh, my binary on one side is exploding, but the other side, it needs help. And that's okay. Go and get help for it. And the way that you do it is you go and start putting now money in your pocket. And when you do that, ladies and gentlemen, it starts to now attract people. See, you don't attract, and this is a lot of times people think about it, that, I'm going to go and I need to be successful. Well, guys, you don't be successful, you attract success. And it's literally because of the things that you're doing. And when Dorette started to follow that line of thinking, and she went and she started to build up her confidence, because she went to one place and they said, yes, you went another place. Well, you can't leave the product here, but you can leave your sign. And so all what was happening is that as that process, she was building, without even realizing it, she was building her confidence level, and then she started retailing more. And she started walking home with more money in her pocket every day. And then her mind started to expand. And she says, wait a minute, there's expos out here. What if I buy a bunch of product? Let me repeat that again. What happens if I buy a bunch of product that people want? And now I take it to supplying the distribution outlets, but also if I go and I sit at an expo. And so she did that. And her booth was one of the most visited booths out of the entire expo. In fact, some of the vendors that were in the other booth were leaving their booths, coming to hers. Guys, this is called a clue. When you have products that people want and products that people feel, they're going to sell themselves. And so what happens is now she's leaving the expo with not hundreds of dollars in her pocket, but thousands of dollars in her pocket. Now she's booking more expos. Guys, it was a journey for her. And that's all we're on. Every last one of us, guys, we're on a journey. And Dorette out of New York, are you on the line with us very quickly? *6 will unmute you, Dorette, if you're on the line with us. Let me try one more time, Dorette. There we go. Are you on the line with us?
Yes. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, Dorette. Tell everybody of just a few things of what you were telling me today about how now some of the people that were even at the expo are now in your business. They started off customers, but now you've recruited them into the business. So that whole retail to recruit model, you're seeing it straight through from beginning to end.
Yes, Randy, just like you said, stepping out of our comfort zone and get out there and retail and recruit, because once you start retailing, the product sells itself. And once the person tries it, that's it. And even at when I went to the expo, I just got back home today because there was a doctor at the expo who was interested in the Ghana and some of the other products. And he told me to call him. And if anybody in New York know where Syosset is, in that area in Syosset, we're talking about up here. And this morning, we dressed, me and my husband, and our tires, and went down to his office. Randy, my husband said, this guy is not going to sign up, man. With a place like this, and this big place has been there for 17 years. The building, it's like, you just don't, why would he even want to be bothered with us? And confidently walk right in, because he gave me an appointment to be there at 10:30 this morning. And I went in, and I started to talk to him. And again, knowledge means so much. He was asking me different questions, and I was introducing, he had a client first, and when the client left, one of the clients that left was a doctor. He sees many doctors. And the conversation go on where I was telling them about each individual one of the products, what they do, what the benefit of having them, how he would benefit from it. I had to help him to see the need, how these products are going to help his practice. Then he broke down. When I got to the strike-up, he said in a journal he read just 2 days ago, over 44,000 or millions of men are suffering from not being able to enjoy themselves with their mate, and how many divorces and how many relationships are breaking up. He said, and they don't even want money. He said, these guys, you see all those mansions up there? they come to me and they look me in the eyes, and like you can see them telling me what help me. I need your help, and I give them this, I give them that, and guys on diabetes that have an issue, and I said, oh my goodness, guess what? You're gonna put the company out of business. I said when they showed him this strike up, and I told him, this is things that your clients can use, and they're gonna love you. I have that experience from other people outside with that, and he said we went through all the products. So he says, okay, how do I get the products? So I told him, and then I told him the benefit of him coming in the company with, because I know he's going to be using this stuff very frequently, and if his customers are out of town or they're on vacation and they need products or whatever for their family, they can go on your site and get the product. So he said, all right, come on in the office. And went in his other office. He has two, one with his computers and his stuff. And me and Sid went in. He tells, have a seat. And he put me in his chair and tell me, sign me up.
Wow.
I signed him up. He picked each one of the product. He said he wanted to try them out first. He picked out each one of the product, the Timeless, the Resolution, the T, the Gano, the Shaga. And once he signed up, he was looking for the strike up. And I said, it's not there. It's on the, when you get in, you can get it on the you can get it on the front. And he, but I had strike up with me because I had all my product with me. So he bought from me, personally, the strike up. And he paid for it just like he saw it on how much it would cost. And so I know I'm going to be hearing from him real soon. And I show him how to get in his back office and everything. But this man, if you walk into that place and see how this place is, you never thought that he would even want to even get into this company or anything like that. So it just shows you that you can't underestimate anyone because he has the clientele for the product. And obviously what he's been doing for them is not working. So he's still searching. And I know he found his joy. I told him, these men are going to come and they're going to shake your hand and they're going to be your friends. And they're going to tell their friends now that they're having relief. And then your place is going to be busy. So it's a lot of things going on. A lot of people are signing up. And everything is it's really exciting, really exciting.
Wow. I tell you, I am blown away. And I'm going to tell you guys, it would be a bit challenging for me, in the beginning to walk into a doctor's office. And I think what it is, guys, with most of us in the back of our mind, we think because a doctor and all of their knowledge and their years of study, that somehow we're going to walk into that office and they're just going to break us down. They're going to tell us that the product that you have, it doesn't work. It can't possibly work. It can't. But guys, guess what? When they look and they see what we have, they're impressed. Because, guys, remember, when you Google the ingredients in the products that we have, you'll understand why it works. So now you can walk into a doctor's office and really you're at the point where you wouldn't even care what he thought, because when you know you have something that works, it doesn't matter what someone else's belief is. When you know you have something that works, they can't convince you that what you have does not work. I'll give you an example. Think about it this way. If you're driving your car, and let's say you're driving your favorite car, and you pull into another dealership, and you already know how your car works, you know how many miles per gallon approximately you're getting, you know how it rides, you know how often you have to change the oil, and if you drive into another dealership of a different kind of car, and a salesperson comes out and tells you that car that you have, it doesn't work, you can't get over 25 miles an hour. Now, you were just flying down the highway at 80, and he says, I can't get over 25 miles an hour. In fact, you're only going to get about 3 weeks out of that car before it stops running. And you already know that you've had that car now for at least a good year. You know it's still well under warranty, and you know all of these things, and yet to have someone, even though his business is he sells cars, for him to sit there and tell you that your car is no good when you already know that it is, ladies and gentlemen, there's no way in the world that you would believe what he says. However, if you went to him after getting a car that maybe your next door neighbor just sold you a few minutes ago, and you didn't do any research on it, and you don't know how fast it's going to go, and literally you walk in and you talk to that same salesperson that starts to give you a breakdown on that exact same car without you knowing, guess what? You'll feel intimidated, because there's no way in the world that you're going to feel like you can sell that car to him, because you feel like your value of what you have has been stripped away. When you don't know the value of what you have, you give it to him. Interestingly enough, do you know that's what all of the salespeople do, primarily, especially at the used car dealerships? They will try to break down what you have as if it doesn't have a value so that they can sell you what they have. Isn't that interesting? But if you don't know the value of your car, what will you do on a trade-in? You will give it away. And ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I use that analogy is because when you understand the power of these products and what these products can do, and the power of people and how they're experiencing these products and how it's changing people's life, you have a confidence. And that's the reason why Dorette was able to walk in that office, because now she's got a confidence that not a single doctor or a neighbor or even someone that is a workmate or a friend can discourage her from what she's doing, because she knows what she has. Did she have that in the beginning? Absolutely not. But through the course of that vision, or through the course of, as we say, her journey in the company, and learning and appreciating the power of what we have, and hearing all the testimonies that are coming in from different people, she has no doubt in her mind that the products are powerful. And so if you're not at that point, you're listening to our call right now, ladies and gentlemen, that is where you need to be, because once you are there, once you've done your research, once you went out, and the fact that you're retailing, and the fact that you're setting up, with the different consignment centers, that's not just for you to make money. That literally builds your confidence in not only the company, but it builds your confidence as you start to get the feedback and all the testimonies that are pouring in from different people. It is now going to build in you a confidence. And ladies and gentlemen, when there is, as we said, now people start to get a hope of, okay, now I can see where 6 months down the road I can be, a year down the road, 3 years down the road. And so it builds hope in the future, which produces power in the present. You will start automatically going out and doing things that will get you to where you want to be. And the beautiful thing about the compensation plan, it's a binary. It's a hybrid binary. And that means, ladies and gentlemen, you may have one leg that may be exploding, another leg that's doing okay, or you wish it got better. But because it's a binary, guys, guess what that means? That means that the volume comes in down through unlimited levels. It could be that doctor. Guys, listen, let's say that Dorette was in your downline, and she was 80 levels deep in your downline. You didn't even know Dorette. Let's say that she was on your pay leg and it wasn't doing a lot. And all of a sudden, Dorette walks into a doctor's office, signs the doctor up, and let's say within the next 30 to 90 days, that doctor has thousands of clients, or as we say, his clients that are on the product, or thousands of patients that are on the product. But even more importantly, do you realize that that doctor knows a whole association of other doctors? They also know attorneys. They also know people that are very influential. So guess what happens? Dorette took in there something that there was a demand already for. You heard what the doctor said. There's so many men coming in. There's a demand for that, and that most of them are concerned about the side effects of the drugs that they take to literally help them with problems of intimacy. And now, Dorette took in there something that's all natural, that gives them what they want. It meets the demand. And so now what happens to the doctor income? It goes up. What happens to the customers, or as we say in his case, the patients that are going to get on that product now and stay on it and be on it. They're going to keep buying over and over again. What happens to that whole sphere of influence? And now think about it. Direct was 30 or 50 levels deep in your binary. All of a sudden, over the next 90 days, your income goes from nearly zero in the binary to now you're feeling like a hero. And that's the power of this compensation plan. Ladies and gentlemen, it's just time. You keep digging, you keep doing the right things, and guess what? Doretta is now attracting people that would have never been in her business. But because she went out and did the retail to recruit model, guys, look what happened. We also have another national on the line with us. Coach J, are you on the line with us, my friend?
Yeah.
We can hear you now, sir. Go right ahead.
Oh, man, what an excellent call and some great points. And I want to congratulate Dorette for stepping outside of her comfort zone and introducing these products to other individuals who in turn will introduce it to other individuals. You know, I always talk about the word simple, which really means one. The simplicity of this thing is very, very simple. You simply share the product that already is in high demand and have those people in turn share with other people. And it starts from there. So if you have product and you don't let anybody know about the products, then you're doing yourself a disadvantage. So we welcome everybody to step out of their comfort zone and share these products with as many people as possible. Hey, you know, we have these live talk shows, these live calls, where we'll introduce the products for you. I tell people, hey, if you can get the people's interest and get them to a call or get them to one of the live webinars, we have individuals like yourself, Randy, me, and others who will introduce the products for them. So we have all the tools in place to help everybody win. And a lot of people have this type of thinking as well in the United States. You know, they want to, I call it, go to kindergarten and then the next day, you know, graduate from high school. Some things take time. So if you look at a goal now, let's say most companies operate on a quarterly basis. So October the 1st starts the fourth quarter. So a lot of companies this is a big quarter for them to start off right to hit their quota going into 2016. So I want to challenge everybody on this call, set some goals from now through the end of this quarter and from 2016 to 2017 and make them realistic. You know, my goals is simply, hey, introduce 2 more people to the opportunity and have them do the exact same thing. And as you say, Randy, you never know when somebody down beneath might just go get 20,000 people. It can happen. And I'm just using that as an analogy. I'm not making any claims. So I invite everybody to go ahead and set your goals starting October the 1st and going into the end of the fourth quarter, which would be October, November, December, going into 2016. We'll see you in Miami and continuing that all the way throughout 2016 to 2017. So I'll turn it back over to you.
Well, thanks a lot, Coach J. Guys, I tell you what, this is absolutely amazing. I want to congratulate him again on becoming national director with the company. And, you know, he mentioned something there about the United States. But, guys, listen, there are people, as he said, that are coming in all over the world. In fact, we just have Jeff that just typed in on our webinar. He said this has been a good webinar, and he says hello from Aruba in the Caribbean, which happens to be, guys, one of my favorite places that I'd love to visit is Aruba. It's just a phenomenal place. Again, guys, if you understand what we have, you're not only going to go out and help other people to understand the power of it, but you're going to literally share this with as many people as possible. Guys, big call coming up tonight at 7:30 p.m. We're going to have our team call that deals with the consignments, you know, our 120K Club TLC takeover call. And then at 8:30 Eastern, we're going to have our regular presentation tonight. It's going to be we're going to condense it to try to keep it kind of short because I think that there may be a special webinar or I think they're going to do a special Google Hangout tonight with Mr. Lloyd. So I'm staying tuned for that, and I think that's going to be around 9 p.m. Eastern or 10 that they may be doing a special Hangout tonight with some just absolutely incredible, exciting news. So stay tuned for that, guys. If it's not tonight, expect it within the next few days because it is going to be very, very powerful. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for getting on the call. The call is officially over. Everybody, will see you tonight at 7:30 on our team call and then 8:30 on our presentation. Remember, the 7:30 call is for people that are already in the business. At 7:30 Eastern is not for new guests. The 8:30 call tonight is for new guests.
All callers are unmuted.
Everybody have a great day. Don't forget, today is our push day, guys. Today is the day that the pay cycle ends tonight at midnight Eastern Standard Time. And this week we've already broken all kinds of records with the amount of sales coming in. So, guys, remember, everything you have in by tonight, midnight, you're going to be able to see your commissions next week in your back office. We'll see you guys tonight at 7:30 and 8:30. Take care. Bye-bye for now.